Surprise is one of the great things about being on an adventure. I suppose if we knew what the surprises were, then it would no longer be a surprise. And I feel that there's lots of surprises. I can't quite put my finger on what it is just yet, but I know they're there. And sometimes stories just punch you in the face and you go, wow, that's a story. I guess on an adventure in faraway parts, away from normality, out here, there are no distractions. How would you describe a redneck?
Just a country hillbilly, they call them too. Here's your powder. It's in pellets. You put 2 of them pellets in there, and then you put the bullet. There's the bullets.
So how many guns have you got?
About 30, 40.
Do you kill cows as well?
No, we eat them. We raise them.
Which is the favourite bit, killing them or eating them?
Eating them. I'm gonna shoot this one and see how it does.
I mean, it's like, it's not a very good shot, is it? You've missed. Are you supposed to get there?
As long as you get in that plate, you can hit a deer as long as you're in that circle.
There's 2 of them right there.
Better off if you can get it right in the center.
This isn't a complaint, far from it. I'm just exploring the question, why am I here? And with all my motorbiking stuff, you would have thought I know the answer. Hey, I'm still working it out. Quiet, calm, peaceful, gentle, Long Beach, California. It's almost everything I expected this part of California to be. It's really quite nice. And it's away from the hustle and bustle of the highway and the interstate. It's nice to be quiet for a moment, a little bit reflective.
All right, so you want to see some cool stuff? Go out towards Johannesburg and Randsburg by Edwards Air Force Base out there, and you stay out of the traffic. It's a good shortcut. There's some crashed planes in the desert and lots of interesting things, some ghost towns out that way. It's a good way to go.
I like living in the desert because I don't like a lot of people packed around me all the time and everything else. You know, I like a little elbow room. You're not going to see a lot of green or anything else. You're going to see a lot of rolling hills, desert, flat ground. You go back up over this way over here, you're going to see mountains that have all kinds of every kind of different geological rocks that you can imagine, you know. There's a lot of mining up there. So, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Big Sur is Mother Nature at its rawest.
I mean, the beauty's always been here. It's just that I've been either going too quickly or not spending enough time to see it. Charming family have just let me just stay in their little caravan on their land overlooking the Pacific Ocean just for a night or two.
I love the mountains, I love the ocean,
The way the land and the sea meet here is incredible.
It is waves crashing against very steep cliffs.
Well, I'm in midway down Baja, California, and it's really nice actually. There's not much traffic. I feel as if I've virtually got the whole peninsula to myself. The temperature's shot up, which is a pleasant change. It could well be that I've got good weather now for the rest of the trip, so I'm hoping that plan worked. I never get the chance historically to look around. I'm always on a schedule. And I'm on a bit of a schedule now, admittedly, but I'm still able now to slow down, look around, and it's a kind of POV for maybe people who just can't get out here, and so I'm your eyes really. You see this journey through me, I suppose, if you want to. I hate getting stuck in sand, but you know, you could have spotted that. I mean, it was a hill of sand and I rode into it. So I've got to be careful, but I ride in the ruts. So if you've ridden the ruts, then the front wheel follows the ruts and that's it. It can't go anywhere, can it? Now I'm unstuck. But at least it's a light enough bike for a little bloke like me to be able to sort out, so it's good to know that if you get stuck in sand, you can get out of it.
I'm a long lost soul traveling all around this world. Got 7 different children from 7 different girls. I've known about love for a long, long time.
The silence is absolutely extraordinary. But the bike's handling really well, nothing's dropped off it. You don't need a heavy bike, so in that sense it works very well. And the suit's keeping me nice and cool. So overall, the project's going quite well. just because it's got a sandy surface, which it clearly has, you think it's going to be slidey. And actually, if you go underneath this, I mean, this is it. It's quite big grain. This is really great. I can't believe it, but the police federal here, I wasn't running out of petrol, but I was a bit low. And they went out and they went to get some petrol for me, and they've really helped out. That's brilliant. Well, I'm at the El Salvadorian border, just across the river bridge from Guatemala, and it's so tranquil, it's unbelievable. Everybody is so incredibly friendly and tranquilo. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't believe it. It's one of the nicest border posts I've ever come across. It's really nice. It's refreshing to see. In fact, the whole of Central America has just been absolutely delightful, to be perfectly honest. My recollections of crossing borders in Central America were much harsher than this. It seemed harder then. And now it's calmer, more tranquil, a lot more gracious. Bienvenido a Honduras.
Bienvenidos a Honduras. Honduras, firme hacia adelante.
Viva El Salvador.
Viva El Salvador.
Come on.
Eso.
Oh.
So this is the money, yeah? This is the money you make?
The money.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at all that money. There we are. Look at all. Anyway, cross Honduras and we'll head towards Nicaragua.
People are simple, people are nice, and their objectives are completely different to the first world. And that's the reason why Nicaragua is so attractive.
Nicaragua is such a great country, you know, is still, you know, like one of the safest destinations to travel in Central America.
Nicaragua still has chariots to do work, people live out of it, and people make money out of it.
And sometimes when you're telling a story, nothing happens. And then when nothing happens, it's like everything happens. Now, how do I explain that?
You travel in time here because you see horses, coal, people are, the rhythm is very slow, tropical rhythm.
The time stopped, and the time stopped in Nicaragua since last 80 years.
When you come from Europe, you have to forget all your code, all your rules, because it's another philosophy. No money, but no stress. How beautiful is Nicaragua? Bueno, you see by yourself how beautiful it is.
Baseball is the national sport here, and whilst you can't change the politics or the life, I can only describe what I see. People living with what seems a sweet life, a lesser-known paradise, and I'm not the only one who recognises this hidden beauty.
A very quick story is I just got burnt out on the system, what everything the world tells you you're supposed to want and strive to get, and I went out and did it out of just spite at a very young age, just because I was angry and just had a hunch I'd been lied to. And so my wife and I decided to move here, and we sold everything we had, quit my businesses that were doing really well that I built from nothing, and moved to Nicaragua, the second poorest country in our hemisphere, and strictly for one reason, and that's the quality of life. That's why we moved here. And we came here and we found a real community with people our age looking for the same things from all corners of Earth. And yeah, man, I'm never going back.
It seems that some of us aren't meant to belong. We have to shake the world upside down and make the most of the bits that are left. I'm an outsider in my own family, and I guess travel gives me the escape I need. In my head, this story is a mood poem. It won't tell you how to go around the world, what to pack, or even where to go. But it'll help you feel the way you need to be to get to the start. The writer Franz Kafka once wrote about a lover. You are at once both the quiet and the confusion of my heart. Imagine my heartbeat when you're in this state. For me, it's movement. It's the ride. I could have built the pyramids with the endeavour I've put into my journeys, clinging as I do onto life and reason.
But there is a deep, meaningful sense of finding out about yourself. I get that. But you don't need to come this far to do that.
Sitting near your bike is always a reflective moment. You might not be defined by your past, but you are definitely prepared by it. The past has given me my identity, and it's the future I reckon that could be my salvation.
I'm not going in, you know. I'm not on holiday, no.
Apart from the bike and the clothing, the most important bit of kit by a country mile is my Squire lock. And I find a nice big tree, and I know my bike will be waiting for me in the morning. My accommodation was always simple. A few pounds every night. I lived frugally, and being on the road was an easy experience if you'd pass by these parts as if it were a kind of home from home. And it was from places like this where I could hide away and begin to make my film. This little hotel's extraordinary, it's so charming, and it's only 12 quid. When I was going around the world in an R1 in 19 days, 4 hours, I was going so fast and so hard and so furious, I hardly ever saw stuff like this. It was always seeing life from the saddle. And it was the same with the Incredible Ride. When I went from the length of the Americas, from Ushuaia to Prudhoe Bay in 21 days, 8 hours, and the Super Ténéré. Again, it was hard work all the time. It was very much record breaking, and I never had the opportunity to see places like this. And just look at this, just look at the view. It's remarkable.
So talking about the life of a person who decides to dedicate it to being an overlander. It's an incredible life. There's a lot of advantages. You get to see the world. You become a more well-rounded person, more educated, more plugged into what's going on the planet. You meet great people. You learn a lot about motorcycles and travel. Back if you're a little bit dislocated, and it's oftentimes very hard to reintegrate into society. Oftentimes you come back and you don't have as much resources, you've spent all your money because it can be a very expensive endeavor. Things have changed when you get back, but the really interesting thing that sometimes is hard for people is the changes that they go through themselves.
So we've just stopped here to have an orange juice.
Colombia, parcero!
You find these lovely Colombian people who are so friendly and so absolutely gorgeous.
Juguito de naranja.
Y el de abeja, cola granulada y brandy, a lo mejor.
Complete nutters, of course. Wants a goat herd and he's got his whiskey in his pouch.
Pa'l catre, mi amigo. Eso es Colombia. Colombia es diverso en todo, amigo.
But they're so nice, and it's just great. You stop by the side of the road, have a bit of a natter, you have no idea what they're saying, but there we are. It's all a lot of fun, and here's my orange juice.
Con todos los hierros, miel, cola granulada, la mielcita, vea. Miel pura, vea.
Gosh, now that is gorgeous. Viva Colombia!
Viva Colombia! ¡Qué bien!
Viva Colombia!
¡Viva Colombia! ¡Viva Colombia! ¡Qué bello eres, Colombia! ¡No, qué Colombia! Colombia lindo y hermoso, amigo mío.
Loving you is like learning how to run. I'll bury all my air deep within my lungs, where it is safe away. And I remember you watching from afar.
¡Ah, qué orgullo! ¡Mucho orgullo!
From Cuenca, one of the most beautiful cities in Ecuador, and across the mountain pass to the Peruvian border, and through the Cajas National Park, and past the 12,000-foot mountain of Tres Cruces, Ecuador. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'm in the lower Andes now in southern Ecuador, and it's been raining on and off the last 2 or 3 days, ever since Quito. I don't mind actually, it's drizzly low cloud rain, but it's kind of really wet. Bad day on the bike is better than a good day in the office, I guess.
Reason why I left the UK, work. Too much work, too much stress, too much hassle. That's not a happy life. You think you're working hard, earning money, you think that is the key to life, to earn money. It's not. Life is about living.
I'm right at the top of the Andes, absolutely at the summit.
Life is about experiencing. Life is about breathing. You can't breathe in London. You come here, the air is so fresh, and breathing is so important because we have to do it all the time. We get away from commercialism, you know, you don't want to be, oh, next door's got a new car, so I better work twice as hard so we can buy a new car. What's the point of that? Happiness, this is what you want, and happiness is at living healthy, having great people around you, having time, having freedom, and that's what Bolivia gives you here. Bolivia is very different to the rest of South America. 80% of people here are from indigenous descent. So it's like going back in time. But the people are fantastic. The people treat you very, very well. The freedom again here, you know, there's no restrictions like you get in Europe. You know, you can just do what you want to do.
This is quite interesting. It's the train cemetery of Uyuni, and the town served in the past as a distribution hub for the trains carrying minerals, mostly silver, on the way to the Pacific Ocean port. Well, the train museum was nice, but you can't beat the real thing. I'm back on the road now, and you know that you love that feeling when you're about to start a new ride and you've checked the bike, it's all okay, and you're all loaded, you're happy, and you're going on quite a dramatic ride, which is in this particular instance across the Andes, which I'm quite excited about. I mean, it's mostly easy peasy, to be perfectly honest, and like my mate Robin in Uyuni said, you know, it's okay unless it rains, in which case it gets a bit muddy and you'll get a bit stuck. So I'm on the way to Calama via places like San Cristobal and Uyuni. I've been here before, I know the route, so far so good, it should be alright, should be a good day. It's amazing actually. You'll be on the top of the Andes at about 15,000 feet, really in the middle of nowhere, in a very isolated location. And you'll find a nice little calf who'll serve you some nice hot soup. Bit of llama. My job is to make nice pictures of the bike and great films of my journey around the world. And I think this is why it takes me forever to get anywhere, because I meet such amazing characters like that. To relay this story about where I'm going and how I'm doing it to my audience, and that's the best bit of this job. It's the bit of this job which I truly love. And the great thing about being a motorcyclist is that we can all see it. You don't have to come as far as the Chilean Andes to actually know about this kind of magnificence on your motorbike. See it from where you live. All you've got to do is know how to see it and know where to look. You can see it in your hometown as long as you're on your bike. It's wonderful. Well, I'm at the Bolivian border now, and that was the fastest checkout that I've ever had in the world. It took about 10 seconds.
Sometimes when things losing fast and moving fast, who is right and who is wrong, and sometimes leaving's all I've got, even when I know it's not, 'cause our love is too strong for that kind of talk to be more than a thought. It was always you. Ooh,
This is turning into a busy little road. I remember it the last time as being a lot harder to cross the Andes, but this time it's easy. It's amazing when you slow down what you actually see. Goodness gracious, what a lesson I've learned in my latter part of my motorcycling career. Slow down, see more. And this is a passada I've seen several times, and I just wanted to stop for the very first time to see what it was all about.
Argentina and Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire, and on to Ushuaia.
You know that person that stands in the doorway at a party and doesn't seem to move? Well, the geeks will rule the world because he's rather clever. Because the whole party has to pass through that doorway in order to get to where it needs to get to, and he doesn't have to move. Ushuaia is a little bit like that because it's the most southernmost city in the world. It's at the very southern tip of the Americas. And any motorcyclist who aims to ride the Americas and coming south from New York will need to get there. And Ushuaia doesn't have to move because the party comes to it. And it's really rather wonderful. And it's far away from anywhere. And it's definitely worth getting to when you get to it.
Here's a
It feels like some kind of weird science fiction movie where you're the only person left on Earth. This is unbelievable. There's nobody on the train, and I wish it wasn't like this because I've got the whole train to myself. There's clearly something wrong, and I'd prefer it to be full of people. Sometimes I've had dreams like this, I'm sure we all have. Oh, this is crazy.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Take care when opening the overhead compartment and remember to take all your personal belongings with you.
Bus, plane, train, I hate walking. And I'm in search of Yamaha. It's where my bike's been stashed for the last 2 years. And here we are, Yamaha at last, great. Haha, how exciting. And this is my bike, my Ténéré 700. I just left it 2 years ago. I don't think it's been touched since really, apart from the lads at Yamaha have kind of fettled it a bit, but all my baggage is still in exactly the same place where I left it, strapped on. Wow, it's really great to be acquainted with my bike.
Straight away I want to say history, And compared to the rest of the world, our history is this deep, it's brief.
It's about mateship, it's about looking after your mates.
But to us here, it's the history and the hierarchy and just the spirit that's out there in the space of only a couple of 100 years.
It's about a bigger picture than self.
It's the variety from the metropolises to the outback tiny hamlet villages that just strike me on every adventure bike ride that I do.
Australianness, to me it's a couple of simple words. G'day mate.
G'day mate!
G'day.
G'day mate, how you going? G'day mate, how's it going buddy?
What I like about riding a motorbike in Australia, it's the variety.
But it's more than that, it's what's being shown on your face. You know, that's that look in your face that you share what you know it's like to be Australian.
It's such a big country.
And that really sets it up for me.
But the key factor in my mind, we've still got accessibility to so many of these diverse areas.
That's the quintessential bit of being Australian. It's that broader accent and it's that exchange. It's the non-verbal stuff that tells so much, and yet it's backed with just a couple of words.
And you can just literally throw a dart at that whopping great big map you've had there in the room that we were studying this morning. Wherever it hits, there's a 95% chance you can still get in there on your motorbike, and then when you get there, your eyes are going to pop like dinner plates.
What we share is a humility when we're travelling and an acceptance of culture and beliefs of others, and we do that in a non-judgmental way, and that's a consistent theme I've seen with true motorcycle adventurers.
Catch you later, see you around like a result.
Every time I travel to faraway places, it always kind of feels the same. The trees, the fields, the fences, the roads. But then you switch off the engine and you listen to the sounds, and it's like being in an alternative reality. It's not the same. It's not the same at all.
These are the roads that I love. It's a locals only network that's evolved from secondary tracks through to minor roads, and this is the unique part that we really enjoy about regional Victoria.
One of the things I often wonder is what attracts us to adventure riding. One of the things that I've come to realise, it's the instant connection with everything that's around your environment, like the temperature changes when you go into a shady area. The smells of roadkill, and then the lovely smell of when you've had rain after a hot day, and the smell that comes out of the eucalypts and the blossom at the time you know when you go past a flowering tree. It's like hiking and walk, but at speed, and it's just you would have to do it to understand, which we don't get that if you're travelling in a car with the windows wound up. You see everything, but it's not the same connection.
Well, this is the start of the Great Ocean Road. I've been here before, but it's a long time and I can't really remember it, but I do remember it being very beautiful. I was heading for Tasmania, getting the ferry across the Bass Strait, and it brought back memories of faraway lands, of wonderful river crossings and sailings across stormy seas. coast of Tasmania on the Wineland route, and then you suddenly stop and you realise that there hasn't been any traffic for ages. No wonder this is one of the best routes that I've ridden on. And what's extraordinary is that me, a guy who used to ride 1,000 miles a day, is almost advocating the opposite. Travel slower, see more.
This is why it takes such a long time to go around the world.
Now I've taken a little detour on the way to Port Arthur. It's the Wee Long Tar Road. It's a red dirt gravel track. Yeah, it seems an easy piece of dirt this, to be honest, going through the forest, no problem. There aren't any other bikers on it, I suppose. They're all supping flat whites in cafes. Like I like doing. Nice. All stories are just a journey into an unknown, to find the missing part of us, to make ourselves whole. Storytelling is as simple as that, and as a traveller, you never stop looking for missing bits. Yeah, it sort of works. Mind you, it's not difficult, is it? Because you're in one of the most geological, most picturesque settings in the world.
Right, okay, Nick, you want to go to Wilpena. So here you go. There's Hawker, there's Wilpena.
So what we've got here, and you can't see it terribly well actually, is obviously in the distance the road drops down, and I'm trying to create something where I've got my motorbike, metal, juxtaposed against what is 560 million year old rock. It's rock which is probably around at the formation of the Earth.
Ride out through onto the Wilpena Road, then you ride up to Blimman, across through the Paratilna Gorge, and then on to Mari and Unadad or William Creek and Coopapedy.
Nick, you've sold us on the 700.
Yeah, the Yamaha 700, just following behind Nick here.
You're coming past us like a young thing.
It just looks so compact and neat.
And very light and very comfortable. Looks soft on this bumpy stuff.
Just easy ridden on these roads.
Whereas Kieran and I are lagging behind, struggling with the weight of the bike, weight of the luggage.
Again, as the rider of the bike, it looks very smooth.
So then you are the master of travelling light.
G'day, mate.
The next station is Financial Center. المحطة القادمة هي برج خليفة دبي مول. The next station is Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall.
The community of the motorcyclists in the Middle East, it is like we can call it a big family.
You can see Dubai behind me, and I've been through it, of course, but to me, in a sense, it's just like another big city with lots of big buildings.
Park your motorcycle in front of the grocery, put your helmet, and keep the key on. You go shopping and come back. Everything will still there.
And out of the flatness out of Dubai and riding across UAE to Al Ain, all of a sudden, mysteriously, this wonderful Jebel turns up, Jebel Herat. The thing for me, travelling, it's very much the country. That's what really gets me. And at the top of Jebel Herat, there's a cafeteria. Yeah, Tour Tech Dubai really is a home from home. It's a real motorcycle den.
Here is your flat white, Mr. Sanders.
Motorcycle is a beautiful machine invented. For me, it's a freedom. It took me to different places where I didn't expect it to go. Once you are on top of the bike, it will lead you to the place where you will never be before. I'm outside the box. If you're in the car, you're inside the box. You can smell different smells while you are traveling in different places around the world.
Before I start traveling, I was afraid of the world and everyone like saying, don't do it. Because we don't know anything about other countries, especially when you travel with a bicycle or a motorbike, because you are in the street all the time. Before I start traveling, I never felt safe. After that, it's totally safe. Everywhere I go, people like love to help, love to give you food, shelter.
How are you?
I'm fine, very fine.
What is your name?
My name Turkey.
Are you Turkey?
Al-Ghamdi, ayo. Turkey Al-Ghamdi.
They want to know where I'm from, and they will ask you about your country, the places you've been. With time, you start feeling this is home. All the world is your home. في امان الله الله يستر عليك مع السلامة Nick.
Getting lost in Saudi Arabia is just great. The sat-nav's got its knickers and a twist. I don't know where I am. All the road signs are in Arabic. Nobody speaks in English in some of the villages I'm going through, of course. Some of the villages look as if there's nobody living there, just a load of dead pickups. Gosh, it's a bit windy. Let's get behind the bike. See if that'll calm the wind down a bit. Yeah, in my view, if you plan for things, well, you kind of get the things that you've planned for, maybe. For the things that aren't planned, if you can do that, then you get things which are entirely different. What's your name? And I tell you what, and it's not a secret, but you've got to get off the open road and get into the back road. It's the back roads where all the special things are. So here we are, talking to a lovely Bedouin tribesperson.
Bedouin?
Oh, you're Bedouin, you're Bedouin. Yeah, yeah, he's Bedouin, yeah. Yeah, in Jordan. Yeah. And just saying hello. Hello, exactly. So hello.
Hello.
Hello. And the definition of finding things that are special. You're a right little chatterbox you are, aren't you? Are those kind of things which are a little bit harder to find. Yeah.
just crossed over from Israel into Palestine. I didn't actually realise. Well, you suddenly find out that you are. You just know it, really. I'm not making a point here, but as soon as I get into Palestine and into an Arabian culture, the warmness and the generosity of heart is just, oh, it's just overwhelming. I just stopped for a little drink here, a carrot juice. They wouldn't take any money for it. It just simply wouldn't happen in Israel. Again, I'm not trying to make a point, because everybody has different ways of showing their generosity and their spirit, but oh, it's extraordinary.